Hello, aviation enthusiast. How are you guys doing tonight? Thank you for catching up with the 6:30 p.m. start time instead of our usual 7. We have a little bit longer of a flight tonight, a little over 400 miles, and we won't be doing a ton of touch and goes, if any at all, actually, between our two airports. We're trying to get closer to Anchorage as fast as possible. We've been fighting so much weather, and it's been a struggle to get up the this side of the state in a timely fashion with the aircraft that we've decided to use. So trying to get up to Anchorage where there's a ton of good flying and get us out of this. I'm not even sure what they call this side of the state, but it's very long and boring in terms of the number of airports we have. But this route provides or promises some beautiful scenery. I've actually taken it off of live weather for tonight so that we can enjoy some actual scenery instead of being stuck on a cloud at all times. We have taken it back to 1330 UTC, so if you are joining us and would like to be at the same time that we are, it's 1330. And then I threw a few clouds in there. I know it looks like sunset, but we are in Alaska, so the sun is really strange up on this side of the world if you're not used to it. We'll be in the DA-42 from cows simulation, and we are going to be doing some VOR navigation tonight, some classic navigation. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird. We got a Garmin 1000 equipped aircraft, so we got GPS. So obviously we're not going to be completely lost because we do have GPS, but we're going to try out some of the navigation between VORs here. Since we are doing a VOR flight, we don't necessarily need to have a flight plan put in place, but we're going to be heading up to I think it is SSR over to YAK, and we'll be, I think it's like 33 miles off of JOH for our destination airport. So we'll be flying from, this is Sitka, and we'll be flying over to, shoot, what was the name of that airport? Merle K. Mudhole Smith. What a strange name. So that'll get us within one more flight of Anchorage and the surrounding area. So we hope to have some very beautiful and fun flying over in Anchorage. We've always enjoyed that area in 2020, and I'm sure 2024 will not disappoint. As you can see, we got a nice sunset, which is going to stay there for a while. But I went ahead and added some nice layers of clouds in here with the engine built into the sim. Nope. I didn't mean to hit that one. I meant to hit the controls, or the weather, not controls. And here's what I've got currently. So we're at 1331 UTC. What's going on, Thomas? I would just like to know the reason why I was kicked off the Discord server. You were not kicked off the Discord server, to my knowledge. I can look into it for you. Try rejoining. None of us kicked off anybody recently, so I'm not sure what happened there. You can try rejoining, and I'll look into it, but I can ask Dav here in a second, see if he's done anything. But on my admins, anytime someone gets kicked, they let me know. And you were not kicked to my knowledge, so it could have just been a silly Discord bug. No big deal. Thomas, you were not in trouble by any means. I don't think you did much more than post once or twice, so without doing any sort of spam, which I don't have any auto kicking either, so it's all manually controlled. Here, guys, if you want to copy the weather that I have, it's got these cloud layers. Take a look at the first one here. Scattered, density, and scatter. Few and clear, with a slight bit of little puffy clouds at the top there. We'll go ahead and get back into Discord here. We've got Dev and Ron, and we'll get started. We got a longer flight tonight, so we don't want to spend too much time wasting time. So we'll go ahead and hop back in there. Okay, back. Dev, question for you, and I think I know the answer as being no. Okay, you are checking into it already. Look at that, Dev's on it. This is why he's one of our moderators. But yeah, there should have been no reason for you. Okay, so let's do a quick walk around. The cows does not simulate anything, but it is nice to note that look at these little bugs and dings and everything you see on this livery. It looks pretty good. Make sure nothing's out of sorts here. We did go ahead and fill her up. We've got 90% fuel in this girl, so we are ready, hopefully, to make it the entire way without running out of gas or needing to refuel anywhere. Let's go ahead and hop back in. All right, we'll go ahead and get this thing started up. It does take a little while to warm up. Just do a quick controls check. Make sure everything is functioning as expected, and the rudder pedals are, well, hang on. See, this is why we do controls checks. Let me replug my rudder pedals. I don't know why it does it. If that fixed it. There we go. I really wish I knew why these rudder pedals in particular have that issue. It's the Thrustmaster TPRs. Never seen anyone complain about it, but I have the issue all the time. But let's check the brakes real fast. Okay, the brakes work. Cool. All right, should be good. Track IR is ready to go as well. Yep. So let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up and running. All right, electric master. Here are those fuel pumps. Timing the engines. Do a fuel check. All right, we've got about 22, 23 gallons in each wing, so we're good there. Go ahead and get the right engine turned on. And start. All right, nice and easy. Left, let that glow plug go. And start. Nice. Beautiful. Thomas, you should still be on there. Dev's looking into it, though. I'll let you know in a moment. Okay. Alternators. Let's confirm these guys are on. Off, on. Off, on. And those are good. And let's get the AV master on. And we can go ahead and turn the pitot heat on. Clear out those issues. All right, like I said, we are not going to be using the maps here as much. The stall heat fell. That's once we get moving, that'll fix itself. Go ahead and, while we're thinking about it, go ahead to approach flaps. Make sure those go down, and then pull landing flaps. That works. And back to approach. Back to clean, and we'll go back to approach. Okay, everything's working there. Full left, full right. Up, down, right, left, right. There we go. Okay, everything seems to be working nicely. Confirm our gear levers down. It is.
Test. Okay.
And we are good to go there. So, a lot easier today. We're not going to be inputting the information into our Garmin. But we do have our first VOR DME. What I'll do real fast is drag Navigraph over so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is our flight plan. What we're going to be expecting. We are doing VFR, so we don't have to follow this to a T by any means, but we're heading up to SSR and going to continue along the coast. It should be pretty easy to navigate because we have a coastline to follow this entire route. But our goal is to get to PACV, which gets us within spitting distance of Anchorage. So our first waypoint is SSR, which if we go look at it, we got 114.0 is going to be the frequency for that. Alright, so if we go up to communication and navigation's on the left here. I gotta get used to this Garmin still. What did I say? 114.0. Yep. And swap that over. We probably won't see that until we are well up into the air here. Transponder, we will do VFR and go ahead and altitude report back. Map HSI, or, oh, wait, which one shows me the, there we go, so we can toggle through VOR 1, 2, and GPS, which we won't be using. 2 is going to be our next VOR that we're going to be heading towards, and that is 1133. 113.3. Transfer that over. That is ready to go when we need it. As far as the course, we're going to be going to this. Let me drag Navigraph back over, make more sense that way. We're going to be heading towards SSR, so the 2 in 349 heading. So we will put for our course, which is the little, yeah, the little button, little switch, 349.
Hey, can I have multiple? Can I have more than 2 nav frequencies in at one time? I have 113 and 114 right now.
Yeah, VOR 1, VOR 2.
Ah, got it. Thank you.
You just click on your CDI to swap between the two. Fun fact: I was born in Alaska. Oh, really? Where at? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Altimeter, I think it's just 2992 because we're not on live weather. Yep, it is. Okay. I think that takes care of all of that. Let's see. We probably won't get this VOR tour up in the air, so we're going to put a heading bug in for 349 for now. Just to get us going in the generally right direction here. Alright, temperatures. Oil temperatures still in the yellow, not quite ready. Coolant is about in the green itself. And fuel temperature's fine. We don't expect to have any issues there. Cruise altitude, we're going to be going to the terrain around here. I'm seeing 3,000. Let's head up to 5,000 on this initial leg. And then after that, I think we can come back down to closer to 2 or 3. So we're doing VFR, so 5,500. How about that? Fort Wainwright. I'm not familiar with Alaska, so I would have to look up where that's at. So let's go to our altitude. Let's go to 5,500. And then flight director. Go ahead and turn on. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to do an initial vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute in heading mode. And we should be able to just follow the flight director there, and then we can do a FLC, which will basically control our climb to the speed that we have set. So, Dev, you may know better than I. I don't know what the optimum climb rate is for this aircraft, but we're going to start off at 120 and see how that goes for us. Near Fairbanks, okay. Well, Thomas, if you are interested in making us a flight plan in that area, feel free to, and we'll fly it. How about that? If you're in the Discord there, you can post it in the schedule channel, and we will make sure that we fly it for you. Alright, really just waiting on temperatures. I don't know if I can see these guys. I don't know why Microsoft had to be so difficult. I'm sure we'll see each other at some point. I've got nameplates on, I think. I don't see anybody. I did see somebody flying in the gyrocopter, so I know it's working to some degree. It just doesn't want to work for us. And to make sure, I am at the right airport today. So I'm at PASI. So I'm not doing that again. Oops. Okay, the oil temperature is almost there. Coolant temperature is almost there as well. So we can probably go ahead and taxi on over. Probably it doesn't matter what runway we take off on, but we do have runway 11 and 29. The weather right now is about 2 knots, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll take off on 29 just so we're heading in the right direction, which is going to be down here right in front of us where we're facing. So go ahead and get Trek IR. Get everything all sorted out and reset. There we go, and toe brakes. Brake off. Give it a little juice. Tap the brakes. Brakes work. We're going to head on over here to runway 29. Engine should be warm by the time we get down there. How long did you live in Alaska, Thomas? It's a state that I have not been to that I'm desperate to go to. Gotta figure out the best way to go explore Alaska. It looks like we don't have a taxiway. It looks like we're going to enter runway 29 here and head on down that way. So let's go ahead and get our lights on. I don't see any traffic anywhere, and unfortunately I don't see our little aviators here either.
I can see you.
You can see me? Okay. Well, it's working to some degree.
And Dev. I see Dev back there.
I guess it's a me problem tonight, huh? We may connect the VATSIM just to see how that works.
Yeah, I see you guys too.
Okay. At least you guys can see me. That old temperature is almost in the green. And most definitely will be 1 or 2 years. I don't remember anything about it. Oh! Guess that's the problem. These mountains around here do look pretty nice. I feel much better today, Dev, and the clear skies. Well, I say clear, but mostly clear skies. Scattered clouds. I wonder what it is about the stall heat that doesn't work until you're moving. I wonder if it has something to do with getting enough airspeed into whatever that device is and getting it moving in some fashion. I'll have to make a fishing trip and a hiking trip to Alaska in a somewhat near future. Alright, we got a ton of runway here, so I'm just going to turn around to the 1,000-foot markers here. I can't see you guys, so I apologize if I run through you. Here's down, approach flaps confirmed. Spin this thing around. We'll do a quick little run up, make sure there's no issues. We'll release the brakes. I love the steering in this thing compared to the default planes. Okay. Temperature's in the green on everything, so we're good to go there. Let's just do 50% load, make sure there's no issues. Green, green, green. All right. Release brakes, 100%. Come up and rotate, rotate.
Alright, I'm taking off right now.
And we're airborne. Positive rate, gear up. My headache bug has me flying right into that mountain, it looks like, so we're going to do a gentle turn that direction until we get over that mountain. Much more pleasant. I'm not getting beat up. Coming up on 500 feet. Gear up. Or, sorry, flaps up. I'm going to do a slow right turn around this mountain right here. I'm not sure we're going to see anything on that VOR until we get above these mountains. Let's pull the power back to 95% load. We do have engine damage enabled, and I don't know what the max continuous thrust is, although the load is showing yellow, so I don't know. There we go. Let's go 90%. How about that?
Hey, I've never flown a VOR on the G1000. How do I see when I picked up the VOR?
I just picked it up at 1,300 feet. You see the line
Gotcha.
come in. So what we'll actually do is we'll fly to that line, get on that nav track there.
1138, correct?
The VOR is 114.
Oh, okay.
The first waypoint was the VOR near us.
Got it.
SSR, I was going to see if it would pick it up while we were in the air, and it did, so. Heading towards SSR now, which is 1140. We're still hand flying, which this thing flies wonderfully, especially when it's calm like this. And I'm going to do nav mode. It's probably going to yell at me and tell me to turn left, which we're not going to do just yet. I'm going to continue flying on this heading right here. Now let's go into flight level change. FLC. That'll keep us at 110 knots. Is there a climb out? I think I said we're going to do 120.
I'm on 114 and I see nothing quite yet. 1,600 feet.
You get your CDI on VOR?
Yes, VOR 1, yes.
Alright, well, make sure, just give it a second. Make sure it's in
Oh,
your
there it
active,
goes.
it's on the
Just
right
came
side. Okay, there you go. Back here, everything's in green still. This thing does like the roll to the left. Just kick it into heading mode for now. Just waiting for the VOR to come in. May take it a moment. 1,000 feet to go. So what is the max continuous thrust we can have here? 93. 92 is really the max, okay. 93 is when it goes into yellow there. Alright, coming up on our cruise. Altitude. Start trimming down. And we'll go autopilot. Some kind of ground speed we can squeeze out of this thing. It's about a 400-mile flight today, so getting as much ground speed as we possibly can is ideal, but I don't want to just, go up to 16,500 feet and cruise. I would like to actually see some stuff. We spent the last couple times fighting the weather and not being able to see anything, so being able to see something is a nice change of pace here. And we're just going to cruise at 90% power. 8 gallons per hour per engine. That's not too bad.
How come my screen doesn't look like yours?
I changed the time of day and weather.
No, I mean the VOR. I'm streaming.
And the VOR. Let me look. You are right over the nav track, so you're going to want to head towards the arrow there.
It's on autopilot, is it?
Looks like it's it's going. It's going to be on the VOR.
Catching
Mine.
it.
Yeah, you probably took a pretty sharp turn out of here, and then whereas I didn't, I'm doing a very shallow turn.
Oh. Okay, now it's coming. All right, now it's heading the right way, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
The VOR nav in the Garmin 1000 is a lot easier than your old OBS dials.
Mm.
All right, 90%
And then
cruise is.
The one after this is 113.3.
That's correct. Does it give us a distance on this OBS? Got the course. Distance bearing. I want to. So how do we get like the distance to pop up there, I wonder? OBS is grayed out.
Mine lights up, but it's not
50
giving me any
option. DME. There we go.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, it says 187 miles. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
51.2 to. Oh, we're going to SSR first. We should be heading towards 1140 right now.
114. Oh. What did I do?
Thomas, do you understand how VORs work? Let me pull your stream back up. Yeah, you're nav 1. You're in VOR. Yeah, you're heading towards SSR.
But it says up here, yak. 185
That is your
miles.
Garmin.
Oh.
Or, I'm sorry, that's your GPS.
Oh.
So your VOR is going to be that yellow. And then if you go down to PFD options on the bottom there. Yeah, there you go. Click on DME. That pulls up your DME for nav 1.
Okay.
Which gives you your distance measuring equipment. So you are 50.2 miles away. So you're about 2 miles behind me.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see you in front of me. This looks nice.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. So you'll see me do a right turn here in a moment to get back on that course.
Okay.
It intrigues me as to why Navigraph is ever so slightly different than what the sim does for VORs.
Sorry, what altitude are we going up to?
550. Well, sorry, 5500. Oh yeah, I've been flying since the 80s with my dad. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we've done some really fun VOR flights in the 152. Some good, just VFR flights in general. I should be able to go to nav mode now. I'm gonna do a little correction. It should do a right turn here for me. There it goes. What did you fly in, Thomas? Hey, Sebastian, how are you? Glad you're here with us. We are doing some VOR navigation with our Garmin-equipped aircraft, so we're having a little extra fun. It's actually having the Garmin-equipped aircraft makes it makes a lot more sense for people to learn how to do this because they can kind of visually see how the VOR is working a little better than just a general OBS. Oh, a little performance tip for 2024. Dev and I spent some very valuable time earlier getting a sim to work better. Discovered that if you have a GPU that does not have a large amount of RAM, so I have a 4090 and I have about, I think it's 23 or 24 gigs of RAM. Dev has a 3080 non-TI version, and it has 8 gigs of RAM. So the general consensus in the past has been to max out the pre-caching for off-screen terrain items. And it's performed well in the past, but now with 24, it seems that if you have that turned on and you're in an area that is eating up your GPU RAM, having that on a lower setting will make a massive difference in performance for you. So what we found was Dev was in the single digits at Boston with the Phoenix A320 earlier, and was only getting between 5 and 10 frames per second. We went through a whole course of potential fixes, all the way up and reinstalling his video card drivers and the make sure his XMP was turned on for his RAM and all that stuff. And then it turns out that we started going through these items, and it just thought occurred to me to turn that down. And as soon as he did, it was like instantly night and day difference. It went from single digits to high 20s, low 30s, in a very, a very complex aircraft in a highly populated, dense area of the world. So, I don't know what you guys are running. You should be flying on the even plus 500 if you're heading westerly. Well, it's kind of northeast at the moment, so we can bring it back down once we start heading to the west. Well, thank you for that. I know it says 350 here, so technically it's northwest on that. When you look at the chart, I have questions. So the chart, it looks like it's northeast because of the what's the word? Is it not Cartesian? The way the map is laid out. So you're probably right. I probably just misspoke. So technically I'm heading on 350. So I should probably be on an even altitude there. But it looks like it's northeast on the chart, which is interesting. Just because of where we're at in the world right now. Here, let me pull Navigraph over. So Navigraph, it shows me kind of on a flat map northeast. But, that's not accounting for the 0 degree correction there. So I guess you're probably correct, Thomas, and that we should be at 5,000 or 6,000 instead of 5,500. But so let's go ahead and correct that. We'll go ahead and drop down to 5,000. I'm well above the mountains through here, so not too worried about crashing anything. So let's go down to 5,000, and then we will do a vertical speed down. We'll just do a 400 feet per minute. Yeah, 1 to 180 is odd. Yep. The way I always remember that is the cowboy went west to get even. That's my. I don't remember where I read that from, but that's how I remember it with the flight levels, and at least in the airliner world. We do so much VFR flying, we're just up and down all over the place. Terrain per minute, yeah, exactly. We'll go down to 5,000. I think we'll be okay. We will keep. This map will show the dangerous terrain around us. The way it's set up right now. If there's anything
Oh,
popping
wait,
up
you
in
said
red.
5,500. I thought you meant 15,500.
Yes, 5,500. Now we're 5,000. Just sure Thomas
Right,
corrected me.
I'm climbing up to 15,500 right now.
No wonder I can't see you anymore.
Kind of curious if I could see either one of you now that we're cruising along. Let's turn those link lights on. Nope, don't see anybody. It was a beautiful sunset though.
Well, I guess I'll get a little more ground speed.
Oh yeah. Find it interesting that the Cows doesn't have any pilots in it.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's a 2024 thing.
Cool little beach down there.
I'll probably use it one month
Screenshot.
of the year.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that from that bump right there. Yeah, there we go. I should have a focus picture now. All right, we are 25.5 miles away from our first VOR.
So how do I swap from V1 to V2?
Click on your Garmin. Go back to the main page. It should say CDI. Click on CDI. It'll toggle through VOR1, VOR2, and GPS.
Ah. Okay. I see. It's all very easy when you know how.
Everything's easy when you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be pleasant, but at least it's easy. Well, those colors look really good on the stream. I just took a look at it real fast. It's great. Nice and crisp. Love it. I just wish nights came through so much better. Just out of curiosity, why so low? So we can see the trees. The last two legs of the World Tour, actually all of the legs of the World Tour so far have been crappy conditions. And I wanted to see some stuff instead of a black cloud that was scaring the crap out of me. And we got the weather to a nice calm day right now, so taking advantage of the beautiful scenery. We could take advantage of some higher speeds and higher altitudes, but that's just no fun. It doesn't look as good for you guys. Or me. A little bit of terrain around, that's a hazard, but not a problem.
I really wish multiplayer worked. So I could see you guys.
Yeah, I can't see a view right now. I know Ron was able to see us, but...
I can only see you. I can't see Dev unless he's got back into our altitude. I don't see him.
Well, Dev decided to climb up to the
right now.
moon. Dev decided to climb up to the moon too, so...
Yeah.
Look, I thought you meant 15,500. Okay.
5,000 feet's working pretty well for us right now too. This terrain around here is maxes out around 3,000, 3,500 or so. Actually, the mountain off to our left here, looking at the charts, that right there is about 3,768. A little peak right there.
I've got this in little nav map, and it looks like we're going to be crossing something that the minimum safe altitude is 16,500, unless we're going to go around it.
Unless that is later. Oh, okay. So yeah, there is some terrain later after we turn left.
Yeah. Yes.
That's going to be much higher. So we can either do one of two things. We can climb above it, or we can head out to the coast and just go into heading mode.
Yeah.
Because we'll just basically be following the coastline there at that point. So I wonder if we can see. Yeah, there's the mountains off to our left. There's the problem. That peak right there. Our nav probably has us going straight over that little peak right there.
Yeah.
Finally started flying the PC-12 halfway through my flight. The sim crashed. Oh, yeah, no. Welcome to Flight Sim. That's all I can say there. It's better than it was when 2020 released, at least. When 2020 released, it was just a year or two's worth of nonstop crashes. For me, at least. 24 has been much better in that aspect so far, knock on wood.
Well, I'm enjoying it a lot more today than I was for the past 2 months or month.
I noticed just that if it was that simple, we would have attacked it a little earlier.
We spent 2 hours on that.
Well, but we could have spent 2 hours a month ago, and you wouldn't have complained about it.
That's a fair point.
All right, I've got 12.4 miles to go. And then we'll do a left turn on 284. And we'll be doing from the VOR SSR initially.
Quick question. Am I supposed to stay out of the yellow tape?
Yellow tape is basically you can fly in that. You just don't want to be doing any maneuvers or be in turbulence.
Gotcha.
So
But
it's
it's
a
not
safe
going to harm the
cruise.
airframe or engine.
Correct. It's a safe cruise speed, but you don't want to be getting knocked around in it.
Gotcha.
These mountains look, minus the ones that are off in the distance. I'm a little upset that despite the fact that I've got maxed out terrain LODs, that they're blurry.
I hope they fix that. I assume it's something to do with streaming, but yeah, they look terrible from my end.
Yeah, up close they look amazing, but at a distance, just like meh.
No, they look like P3D.
Yeah.
Hey, little quick click spot in the cows. If you click the airspeed, the center of the airspeed, it turns on an extra light.
An extra light?
Yes,
What's the extra light?
it's the overhead lights, but it lights up the dashboard.
No. It probably has to be. Okay, so they're on there. Off now. Oh, cool. It's a nice little quick spot. Have you flown in Utah?
You can
I've not flown in 24 in Utah yet. No. We have flown quite a bit there in 2020 though. Oh, here's SSR. It's on this little island. Wow. Where they have like a generator or something? How does that get powered? I wonder if we can see it. Oh, that's beautiful. Holy smokes, look at that.
I see SSR, that's great.
Curious if we'll be able to see the VOR.
Yeah.
Thomas, one of the places when we make our way back down towards the lower 48 is going to be Utah because of how beautiful it is to fly in. We have to get in the drone mode here to be able to spy on this.
Try Shift V.
Shift Victor.
Shift Victor.
Oh. Oh, that is nice. Huh. Focus.
It does pause your plane, just keep that in mind.
I'm still moving.
Oh yeah, never mind, I lied.
Guessing that little building down there is the VOR. I'm really curious of how that gets powered.
That's great.
It's always fun to see these little VORs, but where they're actually at in sim.
Underground cable, I guess.
Right?
Don't see any wires.
There's gonna be a mod like We Love VFR, but it's gonna be like We Love VOR beacons.
There's the circle for it, so I'm guessing that's it. There's nothing modeled there, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's always fun to spot them.
I'm telling you, We Love VOR beacons coming 2025.
Right. All right, let's go into heading mode here. And let's do a left turn to 284.
I won't lie, I haven't been able to get the VOR to work, so I've been oh my gosh, I'm not on the wrong channel. Never mind.
There it goes. I found the airplane again. There it is. Photogenic night. Okay. So we need to go over to VOR2. And this is a course of 284. And that is for Yak. And it shows that I actually have it in range. Absence of AC or grid connection necessitates implementation of a substantial generator and backup system. Exactly. we need to be leaving SSR in this course. .4. Okay, those two match. Let's head that way a little bit. I'd be curious if there's actually... I mean, you would think that you'd be able to see the solar panels or something like that, but even with solar panels in this area, that seems very unreliable. Now, so, I mean, could you imagine if it's a diesel generator that just sits there and runs all the time? Like, there's got to be some dude on a boat that comes over there, like, daily and refuels it.
Or a navigation technique that very few people are using.
Yeah, exactly. So we're 158 miles in this lake, so it shows that it's coming into play here. Can I do DME2? No, bearing 2. Bearing 1. Have to. Oh, there we go. Okay, you can do the bearings down here to get the ranges as well. Okay, cool. Now, Thomas, you might have an answer for this, because I'm not a licensed pilot by any means, but the difference here. So I have a from SSR of a course of 284 and a 2 to Yak of 284, but they're different in terms of the nav track. And I need to do the research to figure out why that's the case, but if we look at... Oh, go back. On VOR1 from SSR, or from SSR, where we just left from, it shows us being on the right nav track for the most part. We're kind of drifting off the side now. But 2 has a slight difference. Is that just based off of the just a compass error over the distance we're between them? Two main reasons, okay. And I'd also be curious what the proper procedure is for flying between VORs. Which ones you should use. Distance variations. We are probably going to have to heading bug our way around these mountains here. We have the opportunity to go left or right.
Are we following these VORs on our course?
Currently, I'm kind of following them on a course, but I'm gonna have to turn here shortly to get around this mountain that's in front of us.
All right, I am struggling on these VOR situations.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and do my... And you need to track to the degree. I'm actually going to turn left around these mountains here. I'm gonna go to the ocean side of the mountains. So I'm gonna fly on a heading of 262 at the moment. So you need to track to the degree. So I had 284 on the course dialed in for both of them, right? And you can see that we're off for VOR2, which is Yak, but we are, you know, on the other side of SSR. So what would be the proper procedure when you're flying between VORs? Which one do you dial in for the course? Because I've always ended up with a little dog leg between two VORs when I couldn't see the other one yet and had to change midway between the two. What were we about to ask, Steph?
How do you find the course? Is it just making sure that the line is lined up with the two arrows to find the correct direct to course to the VOR?
Well, it would be part of your flight planning. So, Navigraph gave me the 284 course between the two VORs.
Gotcha. I got you. I'm doing 281. Okay, so that lines up pretty good.
Which I'm now flying a heading of 262. And I've got a 2-knot, pretty much headwind. I'm not too worried about that moving me around too much.
All right, so don't kill me. I did a direct to SSR for the first leg. I'm now doing proper VOR flying.
That's fine. Follow outbound to midpoints. Okay, which is what I normally would do. Is that T278? Look. Well, no, T278 actually takes you out to the ocean. I'm not quite following that right now. I can pull the Navigraph over. So here's where we're at. Here's T278. And that one actually has you go all the way out to Victor, or I guess T269. And then that one was, say, 119 degrees. So I guess you'd do... What would be the proper procedure? 278 to... basically the point, and then turn left on... Does it give you a heading anywhere? I guess you could do 252 to get straight there instead of having this little dog leg. You could leave the SSR at 252. That would get you out to here. Then how would you... So I guess you would know the distance between these two and know to turn up this direction. I don't see a heading anywhere, though. That'd be 269. Looking for habit. Habit. And they probably did that because of this terrain right here. Close your item more precisely, yeah. So is it just commonly accepted that you're going to have this little dog leg between the two VOR points to get back on the correct nav track? It's not as noticeable in these smaller legs, but you get into like a 737 or TBM or something like that where you're covering a lot more ground. Wish Navigraph had like distance measuring and degree measuring. I don't know how it doesn't. Blows my mind. Pretend we're
They've only had 20 years. Give them a break.
Yeah, I know. They need like 26 or 27 probably.
Little nav map has both.
Exactly. A lot of Alaskan aircraft only have an 8,000-foot ceiling.
This brings us back to the point, though. Little nav map is open source.
Yep. You got a lot more done in open source world than you can closed source. So when you say a lot of Alaskan aircraft only have an 8,000-foot ceiling, I mean, is that a aircraft limitation? Because there's a whole lot of terrain around here that's well over 8,000 feet, so it's a little surprising. Which, you know, even if you're in a 152, I mean, the ceiling on a 152 is, what, 11 and a half or something? Normally. Hyper Cubs? Okay, well, I can understand that.
I was wondering if there's an FAA limitation or a aircraft limitation.
See, I don't know why it would be an FAA limitation. Because even with like a sport license, you're allowed up to 10,000.
Well, the FAA only allowed the Cessna 182Q to carry 25 less pounds than the P, even though they were the same airframe. You can actually go and get a supplemental certificate because it's just the FAA saying, "Oh, you can fly this many now."
Yeah.
Didn't know if it was a similar deal for the.
Well, we all know
Cubs.
that the FAA doesn't exist in Alaska too, so.
That's another good point.
I read an article talking about 50% or so of the people who fly in the Alaska don't even have a license. But it's such a common, like, it's as, you know, it's so common to have the need for an airplane that they just kind of turn a blind eye to it. It's kind of funny. But the path may be a smoother flight without turbo. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Two reasons is obviously that's goes all the way up to well above 8,000 feet. So you couldn't get a Piper Cub over that very easily. And then two, you know, the turbulence through here is going to be a lot worse than had we just shot out over the water here. I'm gonna go ahead and dial in 113. We'll just transfer that over. Which we're really just going to follow the coastline here. 12,800 feet. Is that the 152 ceiling, Sebastian? We'll have a little fun once we get on the other side of these mountains, too. We'll drop it down, do a little hand flying along the coast there. It's too bad these guys aren't able to... It's too bad we're not able to see each other right now.
Yeah, I can't see you anymore either.
Am I crazy, or is there a mountain that looks like you're about to crash into right now?
You should be going to the left of it.
I'm going to just the left of it. I may have to adjust a little bit.
Oh,
But,
then I'm on the wrong course. Right.
well, I'm not really on a course. I'm just on a heading right now. 'Cause
Ew, I
I'm
see where
going
you
back
are.
out. I'm going back out to the ocean to get around, having a climb up over those mountains, and then we're gonna dive down on the coast and have a little hand flying fun. Oh wow! Check this out. This whole area is froze up right here. Ice road truckers, anyone?
Mm-hmm.
I love that show. It's like male trash TV. Mount Fairweather, 15,318 feet. Oh, you're talking. Okay, you're talking about the peak. Yeah, yeah, that's it right there. Yep, 15,318. And there's a glacier on the backside of that. Oh, this is a glacier. This is a glacier that we're looking at right here. This is Brady
National
Glacier.
Park.
Sorry, Ron, what was that?
It says Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve.
Yeah, that's off to our right there.
Yeah.
When I build you a flight plan, do you want PS or VOR headings and distance? What are PS? What's PS? Oh, GPS. Honestly, I love flying VORs because it's more fun. Just following the magenta line is like the most boring way to fly, but I do so much of it that if you can do a VOR flight, I'm all for it. You could do inbound Yak 241 at 7,000. 41, yeah. Would that keep us along the coast there, Sebastian? I had to pull up a different tool to measure that. Yeah, so Thomas, VOR, and if you want to make it a shorter flight plan, we could even do it in the 152 or the something with not no GPS. So you know, we don't have all these extra maps and things. Sort of, okay. Well, we'll get down, do a little hand flying, and then when we get tired, we'll look at 241 at 7,000. Well, we don't even really need to do 7,000. We can probably keep it pretty low, 3,000 or so.
I feel so inadequate with everyone in the chat.
They should have taught you all this stuff.
I'm still working on it, okay?
Okay, my bad. How many hours do you have?
20.
20. Okay. All right, I'm back on my diet after these holidays, and I got another. Well, we'll see what damage I did weight-wise, but I've got another 20-something pounds for my personal goal before I start doing my license. Although, unfortunately, where I live, it's really flat. There's some hills, but it's on the wrong side of an international airport, so you have to travel all the way around that airspace to get to it. Alright, autopilot off. I'll do frequency, distance, or time. Ooh.
Distance would be better in my opinion.
Frequency and distance. We should have a DME on that aircraft of some sort, so that would be good.
The amount of struggle would be to try to coordinate time with everyone would be a pain.
Yeah, it could be a challenge to get that many people doing time. Bit of dead reckoning. I've done a little bit of that. Tommy and I did it one time, and it was a blast.
I have done it once, and it was an absolute disaster.
I'll pull some power. We're going to get next to this mountain here and have a little fun. I remember the tutorial for 2020 had you doing some dead reckoning stuff out in Utah or something, Nevada, maybe.
Oh gosh, that last time I did it, it was terrible.
You're trying to keep us on 4,400. Well, isn't the V, like Victor 4,400, isn't that a different altitude instead of T, Tango? Once again, I'm all self-taught on this stuff, so I don't remember a lot of it, because I don't use a lot of it. Now, once you get close to these mountains, like these ridges look amazing with the snow and everything, and it looks really good. There's another. Look at this. The way that light is hitting. It looks amazing. A little bumpy. Let me slow it up a little bit more. Get out of that yellow arc. Beeping is just me cutting power there.
Check gear.
I'm not landing. I just wanted to get close to the mountain and check them out.
$500.
500. I love taking a list of frequencies and timestamps, going a couple hundred miles. Yeah, that's fun for me too. I love the navigation, especially if you're in IFR conditions where you can't see anything. You're going in and out of clouds, and you can't do a lot of land nav, or just visual navigation.
That's a whole other world of navigation. Oh my gosh. That is hard.
Yeah, it's so much fun though. It's so satisfying when you get somewhere. It's also
Yeah, it is.
terrifying when you're like, wait, where the heck am I?
Yeah.
But we're flying in a pixel airplane, but it's still like, oh crap.
I also love VFR flying. Time-based VFR flying can be kind of fun sometimes. I haven't done it in a long time, but it could be fun. It's kind of fun to get some landmarks and just
Yes.
attempt to get there. There's no chance we're actually getting to the destination we want to, but we have a shot at it.
Yeah. V4400 would require V440 would require a slightly higher altitude, but that appears to be, at least for concerns at this time. Right? Yeah, we're having a little fun right now. Since we're not doing any touch and goes today, we're going to have a little low flying adventure. Looks like we've lost our VOR too. I love how that's simulated. You get behind these mountains, which, I mean, we're just following up the coast. It's not that big of a deal. We got a ways to go.
I'm on this glacier still. It's really cool.
Cool if you could see some wildlife down here. There's some areas on the charts that says not to fly below certain altitudes because of the migrating wildlife at certain times of the year. I thought that was kind of a neat little find on the charts. You get all the ducks and geese flying out of here, heading down to the states, lower states.
500.
I was gonna say we're still in the States, just a different part of it. All right, so I have a question. How do you plan on getting down to Hawaii?
That's going to be an interesting one because we would have to be on a TBM or something like that.
And
Yeah,
from
probably,
what direction do we approach Hawaii from?
I don't know. What's going on with this?
Find an airport up there?
No, it's just like a really flat spot with water on it. You'd land a float plane on that. That'd be cool. Interesting.
I read a story that there was a airport that straddles the U.S. and Canadian border. And I guess there's a bunch of them, but this one's closing down, and I'll have to investigate. Maybe I can make a flight plan. We can fly along the U.S.-Canadian border at some point.
I wonder how hard it is to get charged for those airports, though.
No, I don't know. I have to find the name first.
Do they use the Charlie or Kilo code?
I don't know. Like I said, I just read the story that it was closing down, and they said they had special permission that the people that work there can just walk between the two countries without having to go through customs every time they cross the border.
Oh.
Yeah, how does that work?
I know, I would hope so.
Oh gosh, Naki, you're skimming the water.
Yep.
I think Thomas and Sebastian are cringing at this.
They're probably enjoying it. Are you guys enjoying this?
don't think I've ever seen a surfing DA-42.
Just trim some treetops real fast while we're at it. We don't get to do this in real life very often, so we gotta do it as much as we can in the sim.
Very often, I'd hope never.
Never that we speak of.
I can live with that.
That's the video that never leaves the device and never hits the internet.
And when your transponder is off. I did not say that.
We were promised wildlife, but all can see our ants.
If I could see you, I would love to join you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think the VATSIM overlords would be enjoying this, though, so it's a good idea we're not VATSIM.
You turn the transponder off, man. My dad and I used to do it all the time. Yep. I love watching those videos of people that do this stuff. I mean, I don't
Allegedly.
think there's technically anything illegal about doing this most of the time. Especially if you're in a bush area.
Allegedly.
I mean, this is pretty normal. Allegedly, yeah.
Again, allegedly.
Yeah, some of this, there's not a ton of rocks down here. We could actually probably get down here with a bush plane and land without too much of an issue. That first time me and you were doing the flying around, though, and trying to land in places, there was like rock.
Please tell me you deleted that screenshot of my plane upside down.
Oh, no, I still have that. It's a thumbnail.
Oh, crap. I forgot about that.
Yeah, one of the very first thumbnails we ever did with 24 was Dev upside down standing outside of his airplane.
In my defense, there's a bunch of rocks that you cannot see with a flyby.
Yeah, as soon as we slowed down, they'd probably start popping up.
This allegedly never happened, by the way.
Utah has the most of the state able to do low flying. Oh yeah, I can imagine so. I'd be curious to see people who've landed on the mesas, the pictures that people have of that.
Where do they do that big party? Is that in Utah? Isn't it like
Big party.
it's like a burning something? I don't remember what it is. It's like in a big on a big like salt plane or something plane.
Burning Man?
Burning Man,
Yes,
that's
that.
out in,
Thank
like,
you.
the desert.
Is that in Utah?
I think that might be
No.
California. Let me see.
Oh,
Where is that?
I was gonna say that could be fun to do some landing there on some salt flats.
Nevada.
Got it. Assuming there's no rocks growing on the salt flats magically.
The next Burning Man is January 22nd of 25 at Hunterville, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh man, I
Then
bet that
there's-
would be awesome.
Then there's one on February 13th in 2025 at Witch's Tit, Minnesota. And
What a
April
name!
19th
What a name!
And
check that.
April 19th,
Ponds out.
2025 in Colorado, Vernal Equinox.
That's awesome.
Oh, God. And they sell tickets, obviously.
Burning Man, it's like it's one of those things. It's like it's a bucket list item that I don't know if I'll ever get to, but that would be a wild experience.
And then it says here, Burning Man is a week-long, large-scale desert event focused on community, art, self-expression, and self-reliance, held annually in Western United States.
I didn't really mean about the party itself. I admit more just like the salt flats could be fun to land on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And 10 rules of Burning Man. Radical inclusion. Anyone may be a part. Gifting. Burning Man is devoted to acts of gift giving. Decommodification, which I don't know what that is. Radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, communal effort, civic responsibility, and leaving no trace. Okay. Okay. What is decommodification?
Like not relying on common like goods, I think.
It says, in order to preserve the spirit of gifting, a community seeks to create a social environments that are unmediated by commercial sponsorships, transactions, or advertising.
Oh.
We stand ready to protect our culture from such exploitation. We resist the substitution of consumption for participatory experience. Oh man, they
Interesting.
did some.
That is a lot of words.
That is,
Yeah, it is.
a lot of big words.
Yeah.
I feel like that was some lawyer drawing that up.
That's what it sounds like. At a minimum.
See if we can get this VOR back. There it is. So if we were to do a direct to the VOR now, it'd be a 29 or 0-ish. And then we'll keep this at 2,000 feet. It gets us out over the water too much. Let's keep it to the right just a touch.
Why, whenever I hop back on the VOR track, does my plane make a curly, like, S-curve to get back on the track?
It's because mine just did that. It tries to get to the nav track fast instead of a nice smooth.
Got it.
I just went into nav mode there. Mine did the same thing.
Mine did too.
Nope.
Took a big left turn, now
Went
it's going
through
back.
the altitude. Let's go. Vertical speed down. It should turn me back in here in a second. Assuming it doesn't try to smack me into the mountain first. There it goes. Thomas, have you seen some of our river flying that we'll do, where we'll dive down to a river basically and follow it somewhere between points? That's always a lot of fun, especially when we find bridges to crawl under.
Oh gosh, yeah. You know what we need to do? We all need to recreate Ron's first flight in Nevada or in New
Zealand.
New Zealand, yes.
Yes.
And I love flying New Zealand, especially the way it looks now. I did go check that out in 24, and it is amazing.
I think we should all go and replicate spinning down into the abyss with Ron.
No, you have
Okay.
not seen it. Oh, man. This is not the right airplane to be doing that kind of flying with it. It's not the most nimble thing in the world, but if we get back on a 152, oh.
I think I was in a TBM, because that's the only thing I was flying at the time.
Yeah, you were in a
Basically.
TBM.
Yeah. And that's what caused the trouble. I was trying to wait for you guys. And then
I'm
when I
looking.
restarted, that was the end of it.
There is an airport
Wait,
up here if you guys
did
want
you
to do a
pull
little touch
back
and
the
go.
throttle and just installed and spun out the sky?
No, I did an active pause. And then when I restarted, that's when I got into trouble.
Oh, that's not your fault. That's just 21 being buggy. I thought you like stalled your plane.
No. Well, it was my fault. I mean, no one else was flying it. I was the only person there.
Let me go back into heading mode here and There's an airport over here. Might do a quick touch and go at 3 Alpha Kilo or Alpha 57. Those two airports. Right here.
Oh crap! I just have low fuel warnings. Can I refuel midair?
I don't know if that works or not. Got about 25 miles to these airports.
Oh, good, I can.
Creator Victor Routin's around the world flight. Oh, that would be cool. I wonder how long that would take. We're gonna be doing this world tour series for years at this point, so it's gonna be cool to see how far and where we get to. How many times we find ourselves in some terrible situations.
My weather looks so different than yours.
I did custom weather.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the live weather was pretty crappy
No.
for this kind of flying, so I didn't use it. 7 days. What airplane was that in?
Okay. You still have a long way to go.
Oh yeah. No
Once we get-
refueling nonstop.
Once we get to Yak, we have 181 nautical miles left. No, even further? Oh yeah. Oh, a ton.
Here we go. The Raton Voyager. First aircraft to fly around the world without stopping or refueling. Man, could you imagine being cooped up in that thing for 7 days?
Oh, jeez.
It weighed 939 pounds empty. Wow. It was fully loaded, it weighed almost 10,000 pounds. Aircraft had an estimated lift-to-drag ratio of 27.
Non-stop, 7 days.
Flew for 111 hours and 44 minutes, traveling 11,857 statuette miles.
Yes. You have to bring all your food.
Looks like it busted the wingtip off.
Oh. Oh boy. Well, they only had to land once.
Yeah. Apparently it was a very unstable airframe, probably because of that lift-to-drag ratio.
Mm.
Here we are burning 16 gallons per hour. That thing would have laughed at that burn rate, I'm sure. Oh, I got somebody on my TCAS now. I see you now. Not quite. The range of nameplates is very limited anymore. Hope they increase that. At least I can't see somebody off my 7 o'clock or so. So we are about a third of the way through the flight plan now. Dave, were you able to refuel in the air, or do you need to stop at this airport up here and get some?
I refuel in the air. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, I made sure that I had appropriate amount of fuel.
Okay. You want to know what the Guinness World Records for the longest flight is?
What's that? Oh, it's probably
Are you
that
guys ready for
Cessna
this?
that did it for like 3 or 30 days.
64 days.
Yeah.
64 days in Cessna 172.
Yeah, it was 2 guys, and they would like refuel from a truck on the ground while flying.
Huh.
They had to modify the engine so that they could add fuel as they were flying.
That poor engine.
And the reason they
Got
had to
more
land,
hours. Ooh.
yeah, the reason they had to land was because the spark plugs fouled up or something like that, and they couldn't climb out anymore.
I wonder how that, because that engine must have gone through RTO multiple times.
I mean, how many hours
Not
is that?
RTO. I know, seriously, how many? Let's look.
Now that had to be like a jarring experience to be sitting on the ground and not hearing that engine roaring.
64 days is 1,336 hours, so that's just about one engine's TBO time.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I guess because the fact that, you know, they weren't changing the oil, those deposits never really left the engine and ended up fouling everything up.
Nope.
So there's a couple little runways we could hit real fast. Yakutat Dry Bay.
I'm busy trying to catch up to you guys, so you go ahead.
It's that 3AK right there. We'll do a little touch and go there just so we can have one. I'd love to do a touch and go on this coastline, but the rocks in the sim would probably cause us to having to slew back up in the air if we cartwheeled.
I would like to personally know who thought it was a good idea to have generation rocks like that.
Yeah, it makes doing off-airport landings kind of difficult in this sim.
I also don't think a pebble should throw you in the air 50 feet.
Where's that? Voyager. You know, the most exciting thing I do on most days is like, what am I going to have for dinner? You know, I can't imagine coming up with these crazy ideas to fly around the world nonstop. Maybe if I had the money, do more of that kind of stuff, but you know the little
Time.
yeah, and the time. You know the little meme with the cat with the newspaper. He's like, I'm going to buy a boat. You imagine Mr. Rutan just sitting there at the dinner table one night. It's like, I'm going to fly around the world.
Let me see if I can find that story on the Canadian-U.S. airport that closed.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Let's see.
Alright, so this airport's right there on the water. Looks like it's right on this, so let's go ahead and go power it off. Slow it up a little bit here. Is that a bridge?
Oh,
It's not like a raised bridge, it just looks like a bridge between the over the river right there. It could be just because of the fact that there's an airport here. Could you imagine living somewhere like this?
Don't know if I'd love it or hate it.
It would be great for the fact that it's peaceful, but it would kind of suck because, you know, Amazon doesn't probably deliver out here very well.
That's my main concern.
and I don't know what you're gonna get for internet.
That's
Well,
another concern, considering
yeah,
the entire sim is run on internet.
It's Starlink these days, you can get internet anywhere.
That's actually a good point. And Ken has pretty good experience with that.
Mm. He's switching over to fiber
I don't blame
Yeah.
him there.
pretty soon.
I mean, if you got fiber as an
Fiber.
option, I would definitely go that route.
Fiber is a game changer.
Yeah.
find this runway.
Oh
here.
no, Alaska has fiber internet.
Imagine that this dry bay probably doesn't have fiber.
Probably not.
Unless they're tying
Select
into the
areas.
main line into the ocean.
Yeah. Actually.
I know.
Check gear.
I know.
What?
Trying to land here.
Oh.
Check gear.
Somebody
500.
tried to
Ron.
hide.
Slipping.
Somebody tried to hide in the wheel well of a plane, landed in Hawaii. They recovered a dead body in the wheel well of a United Airlines plane after it
Oh,
landed
wow.
in Maui.
That's gonna get demonetized.
The wheel well of one of the main landing gears on flight 202
Ooh.
from Chicago. A Boeing 787-10. Mhm. This
Ron,
thing
we
over
need to get rid of the HUD on your screen.
Oh. I like it.
That's fair.
I'd like to get rid of those dashes though.
The approach markers, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
That was a fun little touch and go. Dirt strip.
Not really sure the DA-42 is good for bush flying, but
It is today.
fair enough. You know what I want? I want a study level A2A quality bush plane. We don't have any of those yet. I don't know why bush flying isn't as popular.
I don't know, but I love it.
We need a tailwheel mod in the DA-42.
Right. Whew, got another 40 miles to go.
Okay, here's the story. The Pine Creek Border Airport.
Piney
Its
Pine
runway
Creek.
Yeah, the runway straddles the border of US and Canada, but after 7 decades of operation, the airport that sits near Roseau, Minnesota and Piney, Manitoba will close for good on Friday.
Oh no.
They said earlier this month that the airport has very low use and face large maintenance expenses, including runway, apron, and terminal reconstruction. The international agreement required to operate the airport expires on December 26th and will not be renewed.
Ugh.
Airport opened in 1953 with a grass runway. A paved runway was added in 1978. It is one of 6 airports straddling the border, but the only one with a paved runway. It was often used by Americans traveling to Canada to hunt and fish. Under international agreement, the staff at the airport are allowed to cross between the 2 countries for their work without going through the typical customs process. So, let's see if I can find that one, and then, how many did they say there were?
I mean, what?
How many other airports sit on the border of US and Canada?
I feel like a lot. I feel like I read a documentary about there's a lot of airports that straddle it for some very specific reason.
Smuggling.
Oh, it says 6. It is one of 6, but the only one with the paved runway. So they're all.
Oh, you know what?
grass.
I feel like it was for aircraft manufacturing, so they could technically sell it in the U.S. I don't remember. This could be completely wrong, but this is what I thought I heard.
I'll take a screenshot of this so I can investigate that further.
Thomas, are you still with us here? I got a question for you. And the answer may be simple. You hop on this Victor 319 until you get close to the airport, but for our destination airport here, this is the VOR that we're going to use for navigation. Imagine normally you would hop on this Victor 319 airway here, which is off, what was it, 269? It's at 269. You leave this at 269. To stay on the Victor 319 until you either see the airport or you know that you're about 33 miles away. You should be off to your right. Or could you do some sort of calculation to get an offset so that you fly on a heading of 274 and then have your VOR be this 253, your OBS be this 253 degrees. And when you're 33 miles out, you should be right on top of the airport. I guess it's a difference between using an airway versus a just a regular random navigation.
Have you gotten to Yak yet?
I'm getting close. I'm 29 miles away.
Where's the DME on the G1000?
It's on PFD up. Well, there's two ways to do it. You can either pull it up with, if you hit PFD options and hit DME, and that'll use your nav 1 for your DME. Or you can do your bearing 1 and 2, and you can have them dialed in from multiples, and it'll tell you the bearings, the courses
awesome.
you have dialed in along with the distance.
Got it. I'm 29 nautical miles away from the Yak DME or Yak VOR.
You guys are close to me, then.
It confuses me so much that not all VORs have DMEs.
Extra piece of equipment to maintain.
So I guess if you're flying to a VOR without DME, you just have to wait till your CDI goes crazy, and then you know you're on top of it.
Basically. You can also, if there's another VOR nearby, you can use the courses and find the intersection point. Yeah, set your VOR to the degree, and then when you cross the degree, you're at the airport. Is that what you're saying? Or are you talking about just flying? Are you talking about flying on that Victor airway? Or are you talking about what I was saying to get you right over the airport? Does that make sense? May not have done a good job explaining what I was trying to do there. Or figure out how to do. So with these calm winds, what I'll do, just for the fun of it, is we'll dial that in, and it is 116.7. And then we would have a course of 253. But we would maintain a heading with a heading bug 274 after we get to. No, the airport does not have either. There's one that's nearby. So here, I'll pull it back up. So the airport doesn't have a has a what are these called? Shoot. Chart here. What are the directional beacons? DB. What are those called? DBAs? DB something? Directional beacon? It's got a directional beacon. 404. But I don't know if this thing has a directional beacon.
Sorry, what was the question again? I was not paying attention.
DBM, directional beacon.
NDB, you mean?
DB?
Non-directional beacon?
Yeah, NDB. Does the Garmin 1000 have the ability to use NDBs?
I don't know. NDBs are out of my room.
Let's look. I have to tune an NDB and DME.
I know of MDBs. I do not know how to use them in a practical sense.
Well, it's kind of a. It just points you towards where the beacon is. So basically, what I would try to do is fly towards the NDB at the airport, but use the VOR to know that we're actually there. Without
Look,
the NDB going crazy.
the Garmin G1000 should have an ability to tune an NDB. It's called ADF DMB. So it's on your. It's right next to CDI.
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so what did I say that number was? 404. Let's see, how do we tune this? This way? Here we go. It is 404, so this needs to go to 0. Enter. And you can change the nav 2. Nav 2. Let's see, once we oh, hang on. How do I transfer? Enter. There we go. 404. Is there a difference between ADF and NDB?
Let me check.
Yeah, so we want to fly towards the NDB and then keep VOR 2 pulled up so that when we are at that heading I mentioned earlier of 253 and 33 miles away, then we would be at the airport basically.
It seems like they generally go together.
Okay. Enter. So if we go to VOR 1, which is still
an ADF is the part on the aircraft, the NDB is the part on the ground.
Oh, okay. So nav 2 is going to be the NDB. How do you make enter to transfer? Oh. Nav 2, enter. I guess we'll see how this works here in a minute. Automatic direction finder. Okay, thank you.
This stream 15-second delay is the most hilarious thing ever.
I think I see the airport right in front of me.
I do. myself, actually. Do a little touch and go real quick.
Oh, you're below me. I see you guys now.
Oh, nice.
Don't tell not Thomas, but I'm nose diving for the airport.
I'm already over it just about. There's no way I'm making it down there.
Fortunately, I can't see you guys.
Yeah, I can't see you anymore either.
I now want to see you side slip a 737.
737?
Yeah, I want to see you side slip a 73.
I have done that.
Can't imagine I'm trying to side slip to get down here. It's rough.
What's the landing gear lower rate on this thing?
I lowered it 170 knots. It was fine. Technically, you should not do it till you're 152 knots.
Alright, well, we're good then. This one. Let's do a flaps one landing. I haven't done that yet. In this aircraft. We need to depart here at 27.
There's a chance it may yell at you. I'm not sure, but this aircraft does babysit you a lot. Butter.
Shame I can't see you. Yeah, we're on the same server. They can see me, but I just can't see them for some reason.
Microsoft really can't get multiplayer working in any way, shape, or form. I would like to mention that Vatsim has had it working for 20 years. Hey, what's our next VOR? I'm going to have to step off for a second.
Well, that's what we've been discussing about the intricacies of what we're about to do here.
Sorry, I have not been paying attention as I have been doing two things at the same time.
Fly heading of 274 right now.
Gotcha.
It's not working anymore. VOR.
I will be right back with you guys 1 second.
Right.
Michael, can you look at my screen and see what I did wrong here?
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I'm climbing out of here safely. I got a little ways to go here. I'm going to go up to 6,000 feet just to get a little extra ground speed. And we'll do a FLC at 120. 2% load. Let's see. There we go. Okay. We're departing on 274. Let me look at your screen real fast, Ron, see what you got going on. Oh, that's annoying that does that. Alright, so the next... So here's what I was talking about, trying to use that NDB instead of that VOR.
Yeah.
So you can fly on a heading of 274, and then the VOR is going to be Joe, J-O-H, of 116.7.
That's tuned in, but are we too far away from it? Is that why I can't pick it up?
No, I'm picking it up. Well, yeah, I guess I'm not picking it up either. Never mind. So this is where I was trying to use that NDB, which we're probably too far away for that as well. Just flying that 274 right now, and then I will show you what to do once I get it figured out.
Alright. Yeah, I'm on 274 right now.
I'm climbing to 6,000 feet just to try to get a little extra ground speed. So I'm tuned to 1167.
This airport has a ILS.
This course is 253. You say it does have an ILS?
Yes, it's 110.70.
Oh, I just realized I don't have a ton of gas. This thing eats the gas.
I still have 165 nautical miles to go.
I should be okay on the range here. I got 185 miles total. This next leg. I've only got 10 gallons of gas in each engine, so I may have to go down to a little bit more of an economy power setting. We'll do 80% load. See what that gets us. Because we have been running at 90% this entire time, so. Because this VOR is 200 miles away is why we can't see it at the moment. We could be using Yak to depart on 274 as well. Yeah, what was Yak? 1133. versus 274. Set this up for now. Gotta do its little correction. Should just use heading mode there, but we're gonna pull it to 80% power. And confirm gears up, flaps are up. So departing yak on 274.
Starting to get the VOR and getting picked up now. Yep. Big left turn.
Another glacier off to our right.
Yeah. It is pretty amazing
Malaspina.
scenery.
Yeah, it is. Malaspina Glacier's off to our right now. That's cool. I'm gonna be pretty low on fuel by the time we get there.
Picked up the VOR, but I'm not following it.
I have not picked up the VOR yet. Is the right one tuned in? Oh, 1167. There it is. Well, I don't have a... Got a 100... Is that right? It can't be right. 116? No. That's the frequency.
189 miles to go. That's what it says.
There is an airport about halfway through if I'm running into fuel issues, which I may run into fuel issues. What's going on, Micah? How are you? There it is, 200 miles. Ooh, ooh. Now that's 30 miles away extra too, so I'll have about 3 gallons of fuel left in each engine by the time we get to this airport. But that's what makes it fun. Micah, we are in the DA-42 from Cows in Alaska on our World Tour flight, leg 5 here. We just left Paya and are heading on up to Mudhole, Cordova. And we have a dangerous level of fuel looking at my ground speed as well as my amount of fuel I have left. About 180 miles or so to go. I'm burning 7 gallons of engine right now. We've got about a little less than 10 gallons per side, so. Where are you from? I'm from the East Coast of the United States. Kentucky specifically. Where are you from? Texas. Got a little bit of redneck in me. Alabama, there we go. Yeah. I'm a redneck with a few extra brain cells. That's how I like to introduce myself. Alright, I want to try to get this ADF to work. I just don't think I don't know if it's going to work from this range. I am not currently a pilot in real life. I have a weight loss goal. I got another 25-ish pounds to lose before I start getting my license. But I've got thousands of hours in flight sim. So I sound smarter than I probably actually am. Been an aviation nerd my entire life. Just never really had the opportunity to go get my license. Yeah, if I'm colorblind, so getting through IFR training will be a challenge for me. So I will likely not pursue a professional career unless I can take. There's a way you can go sit at the airport and get a waiver, essentially. If they'll shine the lights at you from the tower. So once I get into training, I'm going to see if that's an option for me. See if I can make some friends and have them shine some lights at me unofficially, and see if I can pass that. If I can pass that, then I'll probably pursue it. Try to get that waiver. We're doing a little VOR and VFR flying right now, having a little fun. Just not following the magenta line. Although I may have had a little too much fun and burned a little too much gas, so I may have to do a pit stop. They just introduced a new color test. So yeah, see, if I look at those dots, I fail those miserably. And there's other ways to do the test, so I'm going to be looking into that once I get into the flight training. Which aircraft would you prefer to have as your first? Are you talking about my, like, what I learned to fly in, or if I were to buy one? See if I get this to work. Enter. It's already 404. Double check it's right. To buy one, okay. Okay, well, let's ask another question. Are we talking about I can fly anything I wanted to, or something realistic? And then another question on top of that: would this be more for bush flying, or point A to point B flying, or? I currently own a PA-28. Oh wow, it has been a great first airplane. Oh, that's awesome. I'm jealous. Come pick me up. I will happily be your co-pilot any day of the week. If I were to... So I guess we can cover a couple different areas there. So if I were to buy something like a bush plane, see, I'm an engineer by trade. That's what my day job is. So I would love to buy and build a Vans RV-14. But see, I'm actually not a huge fan of 747, but yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not going to go buy an airliner, but anything that I would buy and fly as a normal person that's just looking to get up and fly. So if I were to go with bush planes, I would have to be a Ket Fox so I could build it. And that's also an option because you can get those all the way down to a sport pilot. So get you one of those 915s, or I guess a sport pilot would be what, a 912, and then private pilot would be a 915. I love an RV9. Oh yeah, see, I love all the Vans aircraft. Me and another guy who is a pilot. He's a coworker of mine. We do some. We fly mapping drones as part of our one of my jobs at my job. We fly some mapping drones. We went to Oshkosh a couple years ago, and we sat in an RV-14 together. And he's a big guy. He's 6'2", 6'3", 250 pounds or so. And at the time, I'm 5'11", and I was around 270. And we both fit in that thing very comfortably. And I've lost a significant amount of weight since then. And but the amount of room in an RV-14 plus the cruise speed that you have in that thing, oh man, that'd be wonderful to have one of those. And then you know, Flight Chops, the YouTuber, actually got to meet him at the Flight Sim Expo the same year, just like a couple weeks prior to Oshkosh, and then I got to meet him again at Oshkosh. But he's got an RV-14 that I'm absolutely in love with. But I got a picture with him, actually on our Discord, when I met him, and that would be my dream, like general aviation aircraft. And then if you were to get something a little bigger than that, something like a TBM would be amazing, or a Vision Jet. Bush flying, like I said, Kit Fox. And then for like something with a retractable landing gear, I'm not real sure. Obviously, TBM
182 RG.
Huh?
182 RG.
180. Oh, see,
Bush plane.
there's so many
Bush plane
problems with
and
those
retractable.
182s.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want something that had that much maintenance issues. Do you know Dan Milliken? No, I don't know Dan. Is that someone on YouTube, or are you just asking if I know him in general?
What did I miss? I was gone for like 15 minutes.
We got talking about what airplane I would like to buy.
That's a loaded question.
YouTube taking off. No, no, but I'll take a look at Dan Milliken. Is he in this area? Between me and you or something, or? That was Osh this year on his film crew. Oh, okay, that's cool. Dan Milliken. Let me look at that.
Yeah, Sebastian, I'm fighting 172s and 400,000s daily on trade a plane.
Oh wow, that's a little rich for my blood right now. He lives in Texas. What? I don't. You can't really link it in the comments here, but what's his handle on YouTube? Like the name of his channel after that backslash or forward slash. If I had to, I'm running into a fuel issue at the moment. I got a ground speed of 161 knots, and I have at least that amount of fuel almost to go to your destination. Taking off. Okay. Let me look. Taking off. You too. Okay. Alright, I will have to take a look at their channel. 116,000 subscribers. Yeah, he's doing very good. Yeah, Dev is correct there. If you join the Discord channel, which is linked below, you should be able to link it there.
Honestly, I don't know why I typed that out and didn't just say it.
The issue is that the RV-14 is currently valued at 300. Yeah, I know. I would have to live like a poor man for a while I build that thing. And for a while, I mean like 10 years. Pieced together. So I've got a cruise setting of 80% right now, and it's going to be close. I really wish I want this non-direction beacon to actually come in. So let's go to, we're in VOR mode right now. Let's match our heading. Go over to heading mode. Change this over. VOR2 is coming in for JOH. Alright, there's got to be another step here. Captain in Discord. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just found the channel a second ago. Mode
Did Vans
nav2.
go out of business? Because I feel like the RV-14 may not be a good choice if Vans is still under bankruptcy.
No, they had to do some restructuring in their pricing, so their prices have jumped significantly. So that's going to be their next step. He's the guy who runs who hosts the YouTuber YouTuber meetup each year at Oshkosh. He runs a film company, so he's a unique place in the community. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm thinking about going to Oshkosh next year again. So I may have to talk with you, Micah, and see if we can get a meetup.
Oshkosh would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm very strongly considering going to the Flight Sim Expo. Hit int. So that transfers if I hit int. That transfers the oh, whoops, wrong panel. If I change it off that frequency there. It's in mode nav 2. Nav 1, nav 2. Oh, wait a minute. That changes the DME. Oh, okay. So is there another... That changes the DME listed here. But that doesn't give me... Whoops. So nav 1, nav 2. I really should go, but I usually have something else going on. Oh, yeah, it's always tough. Which I think I actually need to... I think I need to turn just a degree here, just looking at the map. I'm cheating a little bit because of my fuel situation.
Hey Micah, is the PA-28-140, is that the Cherokee? I always forget.
Have to tune the AEDF. To tune the AEDF, we're doing NDB
That's awesome.
frequency. Open the GAR. Open G1000 and the ADF ADME button is visible. Press back. Have to view and activate. Click the ADF DME button to see the active and standard. How to use the outer.
Screenshots will be perfect if you want to, or by sounds. It really doesn't matter too much.
There's aircraft spotting channel. Plane spotting.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
for
we had
real
that.
world aviation.
In my defense, it's been a long day.
So we're coming up on making a decision here. There is an airport right below us here to get fuel. I kind of want to just see if we can make it.
I thought you loaded 90 gallons in.
What's that?
I thought you loaded 9 gallons in each tank.
No, I loaded in. It was like 22, 23 gallons each side earlier.
Oh.
What I might do, actually, is let's lower the load just to 75%. See if we can get a little more economy out of this thing. Just to be on the safe side. We're going to drop a few miles per hour there, but... benefit 6. Oh, yeah. I actually slept in a bit today. I'm on vacation at the moment, but... need to get back on a better schedule before work smacks me in the face again next week.
Next week already?
Yeah, right. So we could land at 19 AK there, half a kilo, get some fuel, but I like the challenge. We'll run this bad boy in with one engine if we have to.
Actually, you could pull one engine right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how the efficiencies would work with that. Like, would you be better off pulling an engine early? Or waiting until the last minute?
I feel
and then
like you would, because I don't feel like at full throttle your fuel consumption would go up much more on the other engine. Just go slower.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
Question.
Not multi-engine people.
But I mean, I got 157 knots and I'm burning 6.6 gallons. So I've got over an hour of fuel, and we're less than an hour away. So we're gonna be okay. It was just
less than an hour away. I'm so tired.
We knew it was a longer flight, so we took some extra time.
And this was my idea too. I can't believe I did this to myself.
Yeah, we got about another 100 miles to go or so. Actually, I can tell you. VOR 2. So we're 63 point. Yeah, so 60. 120 miles. Go. I got a little over an hour of fuel, so not very efficient on one engine. Yeah, see, I didn't think it would be very efficient on one engine, but I'd just be curious if you were strapped with
Even
fuel,
on a
what the
diesel?
best procedure would do. Would be
Even
to do.
on a diesel?
Well, I don't think the diesel makes a difference. I mean, you're still going to be burning 12 gallons per hour on that one engine going much slower
Yeah, I'm
than
gonna
the
test
two.
this.
You got to think of the, you're going to be slipping because you're only going to be pulling to one side, so your airframe loses the efficiency.
Good point. All right, I'm gonna test this. I have 8 gallons of fuel flow in each engine. I'm gonna cut my right engine. So in this plane at least, my left engine has maintained 8 gallons of fuel flow, while my right engine has maintained 0 gallons of fuel flow.
Well, yeah, but your speed's dropping.
Oh, dramatically.
And now your airplane's going to be side slipping, so it's going to be increased the
And
drag.
it's also yelling at me.
Yeah.
Again, know nothing of multi-engine. Anything I say about multi-engine is incorrect.
I was just trying to see if there's a way to get this ADF to pop
I'll
up.
try 50%.
Yeah, I could slow down much more, but sorry, sinking some cruisers and World of Warships while watching. Awesome. You know, that's one thing I never really got into. I did the World of Tanks for a little while in mobile. That was fun.
I used to love World of Warships. I need to get back into that game.
All right, I found a little how-to here. How do I... Pressing enter moves to... To show the automatic direction finder needle, we have to press the PFD button. It opens a new menu. Okay. Wait, hang on. Which one? Options? Just PFD. Okay. By repeatedly pressing the bearing 1 and 2, we can select the ADF to show in 1 or 2. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, so ADF. There we go. Okay. It's on nav 1. That's how you get that to work. Okay, that makes sense. We just can't see it yet. We're too far away still. Okay.
Speaking of World of Warships, we should do like an everything, just random game stream sometime. Farming Simulator, World of Warships.
Do some farm simulator. I'm gonna stand up in my
I have
cockpit
more
stretch for a
hours in
second.
Farming Simulators, I'd like to admit. Yeah, I have 500 hours in the last edition.
We are ultimately heading out right here. Ish. Got some real pictures. Oh, there we go. Look at that thing. That's a pretty airplane, man. Man, look at that muffler. How's that thing sound? You ever find your way up in Kentucky, let me know. We'll go flying. That's awesome. Quiet, actually. Huh, really? It's a power flow. You seen those mufflers that they put on those mapping airplanes where it's like all the way at the tail end of the airplane so you don't get the heat waves interfering with the LiDAR? That's pretty neat. Oh, 147 nautical miles. Is that my distance right now? See if that drops down any. F2 is JOH. Just 139 miles. So that doesn't make that doesn't.
It's past the airport.
Yeah, so I've got 138
Mm.
miles to JOH, which is about 30 miles away. So we've got about 100 miles to go. So we're actually going to, I mean, we'll be okay on fuel. It's just a little bit of a pucker factor here. We're going to be okay on fuel by like 60 miles, which is not what we'd normally want to experience. I'm just waiting for this ADF to come through, which is tuned to 404, which is the NDB at our airport here. Glacier River. I just don't know what the range on that is. Scenery is beautiful right now, though. The sunset.
What's the name of that beacon that you're looking for?
Glacier River.
Have an abbreviation or?
Gulf Charlie Romeo.
Glacier River is where? Huh.
He's posting more pictures, making me more jealous. Ooh, I like that one in the rain. That's a good picture. Ooh, what altitude was that at?
You're making me jealous with your plane.
Right? Browser, what? Nice simple cockpit, I love it.
That really is nice.
Do you rock a tablet right there on your RAM mount, I guess?
Oh, I like older planes way more than I like newer planes.
I'm a sucker for a steam gauge plane.
A steam gauge plane with a GTN 750 or GTN
Yep.
XI is the perfect combo.
Yes, it is.
If it's a bonus if it's IFR rated. Oh, that picture above the clouds, though. Wow.
You said some
Oh, that's
panel
cool.
red lights put in for night flying. That's cool. iPad Mini 5. Make everybody jealous in here, Micah.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, guess who's low on fuel again?
It's gonna be me here soon. gonna cheat a little bit just because of the fuel situation.
I will be checking it out, but because I can't click on your profile, could you possibly link it to us again?
Version time. Yeah. But we just flew past the one and only airport. Oh, actually, I think there's another one coming up, but I'm risking it for the biscuit right now for the fun of it. Gives us a little extra pressure on that approach. We got a straight on approach. I can see it on the map now, so it's about 100 miles out. Yep, right at 100 miles, which we got 156 miles or so of fuel, so we're going to be okay. I just want this ADF to come in so I can see how that works. It should pop up with that little arrow. Just 50%, you're too fast. Yeah, I know. I could, but I'm also trying to wrap this flight up as well.
A lot of us are tired here.
Yeah. Been sitting in front of this computer for a while today, so.
I would like to be doom scrolling in bed right now, not flying, if I'm completely honest.
Can you lean to pick? No, this is a pretty, it's all managed. So it's just throttle on this airplane. So,
yeah, data fly by wire, or throttle by wire.
It's a not complicated airplane. See, I can't even talk anymore. We got enough fuel to get there, though.
Keep telling yourself that.
That's the only way I can keep myself from going crazy. Actually, is that Mudhole Airport? Oh no, it's just that was the blue from the water, and then that little line made it look like the magenta with the line through it. Yeah, FADEC, that's what I was looking for. Fuel injection, yep. It's the cows, DA-42. It's actually modeled really well.
Easel.
TDI. Look at those views, though. That is stunning. Praise the Lord, let the wind blow from the tail. Unfortunately, I've got a 2-knot headwind. I'm trying to make it a challenge. We like challenges around here. We don't like things to be easy on us. It's no fun.
This is our first VFR flight in 2024. What are you talking about?
True VFR, yeah.
The first time you decided to be in a 152, I had to escort you in a synthetic Vision 172. The
Oh,
second
yeah.
time we got ourselves both stuck in
You guys want to
IFR
watch?
conditions.
You want to watch me panicking? I had Dev with his Garmin G1000s and me and my steam gauge flying in IMC weather, and in the mountains. It was horrifying. I was just waiting for a mountain to pop up in my window. We made it
Somehow.
somehow. Yeah, we decided to do the world tour and head to Alaska, which, you know, right in the middle of winter is a smart idea, but
I would like to clarify that we are not aficionados on weather, and we did not realize that Alaskan and winter do not mix.
Should have started in Australia where it's summer.
yeah,
Yeah.
could go to New
Or
Zealand.
we should have started in New Zealand.
We picked the West Coast for whatever reason.
Why did we do that? We should have started at one of our home airports.
I think I just picked a random West Coast, somewhere near Seattle place just because the terrain is nice. And then we stuck ourselves in the clouds.
I want to go down the East Coast Appalachian Trail if possible sometime.
We'll make our way back
That'd be
over
so
there at some
fun.
point.
In 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, the world tour is going to be around for a while, so be sure to like and subscribe, and I guess hit the little notification icon there so that you can see when we go live. But we'll typically be doing this on Thursdays, typically at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but tonight, since it was a long flight, we went ahead and did it at 6:30.
They aren't usually this long. Don't worry, we're not that insane.
No, that we normally try to keep it around an hour and a half, and a bit more exciting than the just sitting at cruise. But this terrain is helping with the cruise. These views are definitely amazing.
I have been flying nothing but the cows for the past couple of days. This thing is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how many hours I got in this thing. Actually, I think I can check engine. Gallons remaining 0. Uh-oh. I guess I need to reset these calculations. Where is the... Oh, I got 2 hours. 2.1 hours. Total service.
Maybe you changed liveries.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. How far is a ADF beacon good for? ADF... Or no, I guess we're looking for NDB. Range. Oh, wait. Up to 50 miles. Typically 10 to 25, so we got a long way to go.
It says typical range is 100 nautical miles.
Oh, I guess the AI answer here was wrong.
Range
Google.
Well, I also got Google AI answer. It says in between 25 watts to 185 watt.
Okay. Well, good news is if we do run out of fuel, we can land on one of these glaciers somewhere. That should be smooth. We'll have to do a little rescue mission.
We're exactly 100 nautical miles away, by the way. I cheated and had to use a direct 2.
Oh,
Okay, I had to hop off this call for a second. I couldn't follow your directions while not being on the call.
yeah, we're gonna be left with about 60 miles of range. At least I will. I don't know about you, Dev. Although if you said you were running out, if you were on low fuel earlier,
I refueled again. Second time this flight. I don't know how I miscalculated my fuel that badly. I'm gonna blame him on the stupid EFB. I'm not a fan of how the EFB deals with fuel.
so we can click through some of these screens some more and figure some stuff out. I'm starting to get the hang of this Garmin. Slowly.
Garmin's actually not as bad when you get used to it. I know how to do the bare minimum.
Well, this thing also handles very well, like the airplane itself handles well, so it's not bouncing all over the place while you're trying to push buttons.
No. And keep in mind, this Garmin is customized. This is not the Garmin you're going to find in every other plane that flight sim.
Well, it still uses the working title.
It uses a fair amount of working title code, but their big thing is their own Garmin GTNXI.
Gotcha.
That's
Any
one of
RV
their big selling points for X-Plane.
Any RVs on MSFS? Yeah, there is an RV-14, an RV-9?
An RV-10. No, an RV-10.
I think it's a 9.
From Simware.
And
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check.
anyways,
I have both of them.
I don't remember, but it's there's a couple of them, but they're on 2020. They haven't really officially moved it over to 24 yet.
It works. SimWorks Studios is very good about it. It works.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have to bring the RV-14 over then, because that would be a fun one to fly as well. What's up, Skystream? Just got to fly the Max. Think I'm going to do a test flight, then I'm going to take a plane on VATSIM. You think I should install Beyond ATC? I have never used Beyond ATC. If I want ATC, I go to VATSIM. Which Max are you talking about?
The question is it default Max? If it's a default Max, be ATC. If it's not, if it's the iFly, then def go for VATSIM.
If you're on 2020 with the iFly, that thing's awesome. That has probably the best flight model in any airliner on 2020 that I've flown.
Oh yeah.
It actually
and yes, it
flares
is an
like you
RV-10.
expect to. It is an RV-10. Okay. I think there's an RV-9 as well. I'm on 2020. Yeah, then if you is die fly max then? Soon? Should I do that? Well, that sim's up to you once you're comfortable. It'll be your first time. Oh,
Don't
well, I would
don't go on VATSIM for your control. I would slowly work yourself into it. Learn the frequencies, learn how everything works, and learn how to fly the plane before you go on VATSIM.
If you just flew the max for the first time, I think I would do another 5 or 10 flights. Make sure you can handle everything,
And
then go
make
to
sure
VATSIM.
you know syntax and how to call for IFR clearance, stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a lot
I was
to
terrified
VATSIM.
for about 8 months before I actually hopped on VATSIM for the first time.
Is there a way I can get beyond ATC?
Download the installer and pay $30 and you have it.
Does beyond ATC to IFR? Yes.
Yes, it's only IFR at the moment.
We got 5 gallons each tank. Here we go.
I think there might be a
decrease my speed a
2-hour
little bit.
beyond ATC demo. I'm not sure though.
Go 70% fuel or load here just to stretch it just a little bit more. Andy for free. I don't want to spend money.
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
ATC HUD is like $25 one-time purchase. It's pretty good. I mean, if you don't want to spend money, default ATC is going to be the best you can get. Yes, VATSIM. But then not till you're comfortable with it.
Ooh, look at that. Pretty colors. I love how it's reflecting off of this terrain down there. It's cool. Gotta figure out what the hotkey to roll this camera is. That's all I need to do. They changed all the controls.
So there is no RV9 for MSFS. There's an RV7, RV10, and RV14. That's all that exists right now.
Okay.
That's from the Google AI search, at least.
Thanks, Google AI. Watch way too many. Yeah, you can. We actually just did a Friday Night Ops stream on last Friday. That was pretty fun. It was chaotic though. Holy crap! I hadn't flown on VATSIM in 6 months, and then decided to go do one on basically Unicom with Dev, and then we went and did another one with a group of people, and it was just utter chaos in the Chicago Center. You're gonna be you're gonna mess up. Just
Yeah. Don't worry. Just ask the controller, tell them it's your first time, put it in your notes, you'll be fine.
It goes somewhere not New York or
Learn it.
Atlanta or Chicago.
Yeah. Make sure you're not gonna inhibit on the event. You gotta remember that you're not the only one there, and that a lot of people also want to fly. That has been my big fear.
You
I
go
try
to
not to get in anyone's way.
places like Denver or Salt Lake or somewhere in Texas.
Yep.
If you can catch one of those airports, they're usually not nearly as busy.
Hey, Knock. Really quickly, Wingwing just launched their MCDUs for Flight Simulator. You can get. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
I'm gonna see how much they are. If they're not much, I'm picking up an Airbus.
If they're $100-something, I'm buying one right now. I think I'm gonna do Denver to Nashville Southwest. Yeah, there you go. That worked. Nashville's a fun airport to fly into because the mountains, or the hills, I should say. Not really mountains. Oh, their website is so slow. They must be getting slammed.
Probably. I'm looking right now. They have Boeing, Airbus, 737, it looks like. Oh gosh, this website is not happy.
Oh, it is struggling right now. Come on, you can do it. Got a whole Boeing set. Oh, that's awesome.
They're 129 bucks a pop.
What? I'm buying both.
Yep. Backlit.
It's unresponsive.
Yep. Okay,
Wow.
on US it's 136.
Oh, that
But
sounds
still.
too bad. It's gonna be a while before we get these. They're gonna get back ordered like immediately.
Yep. I don't care.
I can't even load their website.
No, but as soon as it does, I'm clicking that order button.
Right?
What are you buying?
It's so nerdy, Ron. It's a, you know the computer you program your flight plan to on the Airbus?
Yeah.
Well, you can buy one of those physical units now.
Oh,
Yeah, so you actually have buttons
Yeah.
to push. Which is nice.
geez. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Wingwing's out here making all these units so affordable to the consumer.
The Wingwing's doing a fantastic job. How do you like? Don't you have the FCU for the Airbus?
I have the SU. I love it. It's full size. It's so high quality. It's heavy. It stays on my desk. The buttons feel great. They're clicky.
So I've got the
It's
mini
amazing.
FCU, and it does a good job.
Yeah.
And it's just right
I
on
was
top of
thinking with
my
mini
Bravo.
FCU, but the mini FCU is double the price, does not ship very well, and is also way smaller.
Well, see, I kind of like the small form factor just because it, helps with the desk space, which I've got sitting on top of my Bravo.
Oh, I got to the site. Kind of. It's slow, but I'm in it.
It's still spinning its wheels for me right now. It's hilarious.
People are so excited about this.
Wingwing reached out to me about showcasing one of their products. I said I would do it, and then they never responded. Oh, that sucks. Get you all excited. You're like, yes, I absolutely. And then they're like, oh, no, just kidding, bro. All right, 50 miles.
Wing is
50 miles.
Chinese, I believe, and their support is Chinese only. I'm not gonna hold that against them.
I had.
Oh, good.
What? Yeah, their website's not working for me. Yeah, you can kind of see that it's they should really get a U.S. marketing team to go and fix their website.
The U.S. website's crashing again.
Oh, wait, what's this? I have ADF. Does it give me a
it-
distance? 147. This has been stuck on 147 nautical miles. Why is that nav 2?
Oh no, we're not gonna get these for months.
Oh, I know. It's okay.
I'm gonna see if I can order from their Japanese website.
All right, so I've got 267 degrees. It gave me, so it gave me the direction, but it doesn't give me a distance. Oh, I guess it doesn't do a distance because it's not a direction or distance measuring equipment. It's just at least I got a heading bug straight towards the airport. I am not complaining about the visuals one bit about this flight, though. This has been incredible. Especially earlier when we were zooming around low to the ground. If you guys missed that, you may want to go back and check it out. But it was the first, 45 minutes of the flight we were doing it. And that was fun. That's also where I burned a bit too much fuel. What about the ADF? Yeah, it came in, but it just, obviously just gives me the direction, which I've got the heading bug set to at the moment. My tired brain, I was thinking it'd give me a distance as well, but obviously that's not the case because it's just direction, not distance.
I cannot believe I can get two McD's, one for Boeing, one for Airbus, for the price of a mini FCU.
Well, see, I got it earlier on when it was a little cheaper.
Isn't it like
An early adopter
350 bucks
price.
right now?
What? I don't think so.
Let me check.
Yeah, Mike, I know. I'm tired. Been a long day. I'm used to the 152, just has a little arrow that wiggles at you.
$269 for the mini FCU.
Yeah, so I think I got it for like 200 or a little less than that, maybe. I don't remember.
See, I get
Been a
what they're
while.
doing,
'Cause I
but
did
they're
a
going to have to
pre-order.
bring that price down at some point.
Yeah, they're probably stuck.
If you have the option between the wing full size for $120 or the mini FCU for 270, what are you going to choose when they're both really high quality?
Obviously, you're going to pick the lower one, unless for some reason you have a really tight desk area.
And
But-
considering wing ships, I got my FCU within about 4 days. Mini FCU, you have to buy it in batches.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Wing's got the better deal at the moment.
Yeah,
But
unless a
Wing
mini FCU
wasn't-
mini cockpit can bring their price down.
Wing wasn't out whenever I bought the mini FCU, though.
No.
All right, we are just on the other side of this water here. I think. I don't know if I gotta go over those mountains right there or not. I think it might be right about there is where we're heading. Getting close. Getting close. Did you say there's an ILS on one of these runways?
I thought I saw one that said 110.7.
Big runway 27, which is the one we're going to be heading in on, has an ILS on it. Beautiful. That is 1107. Get rid of some of these little bearings here. Low fuel. Oh, it just gave me a low fuel warning for a moment, then one way.
Changed its mind.
There it is. Yes, we are working on the low fuel situation.
I'm working on it by cheating in fuel. I feel like this EFB fuel is not very accurate.
I feel like I burned a lot more gas than I should have on this flight. So I thought the range on this thing was like 1,000 miles, and I had almost a full tank.
It's something stupid. Let me check.
Wow, we were running the engines pretty hot earlier. I mean, losing this whole flight was 400 miles, so not crazy.
Are you in the TDI or VI? It
TDI.
depends. Okay, the TDI is the older one. Let me check. The TDI is a range of 1,100 nautical miles.
Is that at 50% power though? What's it at like a
That is
high speed?
60% including 60% assuming 60% power.
Okay.
And if you have extended fuel tanks, you can get an extra 661 nautical miles.
Course of this runway is 275.
Oh, the million bugs on my windshield. It's a mess. That's terrible.
Would you like to know, Ron, that that is a new quote-unquote feature of 2024?
That's
But
nice.
It's a bug. It's a buggy bug.
Oh, it's a feature of a bug. Well, no, it's a bug
feature of bugs. It's a bug feature. There you go.
I mean, it'd be okay if they had a way to clean them off.
There should be a way to do that maintenance, but that's only available in career mode.
When you get out there with
I would
our
like to specify.
bounty rags and start cleaning off our wings.
I would like to note that that is an actual thing in the SDK that you have to make a bug mesh for all the windows. I wish I was joking.
Y'all just simulating extended fuel tanks, right? Well, I haven't refueled
Yeah,
in the
totally.
air to simulate that, but
I'm simulating extended fuel tanks. In fact, I'm not even
Dev
simulating
is-
it. I have it in my back.
Dev's got that aerial refueling going for him.
Oh yeah, it's great. I just hook up to the tanker whenever I need it.
We should be able to get the ILS here very shortly. A couple degrees to the left to join that localizer a little easier. And that has us at 2,800, but I'm kind of wanting to keep my altitude as long as I can here. 20, a little over 25 miles to go. Which I guess, now that I think about it, go on down to 2,800 and just do a slow descent. Vertical speed. 400 feet per minute.
Oh, I think. I see the airport. I do see it. Cool.
Pull power just a touch. Oh, there's the localizer. Beautiful. Zone Z, I need to be at 2,800. Okay. Let's do 500 feet per minute. Should get a little extra economy now. Fly for another hour at this rate.
I'm so close yet so far. Oh wait, no, is that the airport right there? What? Is the airport right at the JOH beacon?
No, the JOH beacon is 30 miles away from the airport.
I'm crazy, I see the airport right in front of me. I wasn't here for that whole NDB talk.
Well, the NDB was just trying to get, not follow the airway. That was the whole point of that. Any screenshots from tonight? Which one's there? Gotta familiarize myself where the buttons are. What's going on with this water? Those little islands? Or is that just weirdness in the mesh? Yeah, it's just weirdness in the mesh.
I'm on final.
20 miles to go.
I can't wait to kiss this ground. I really hope I'm landing at the right airport.
See you in front of me. Now, all of a sudden, you just popped up.
Haven't seen either one of you all day.
Are you sure you checked your settings?
I checked them before I loaded in. think I can. I think I
Mainland
can.
Alaska
I think I
is
can.
so close.
We're almost to Anchorage. Only taking us a month.
Seriously.
See the glide slope coming in. That's good. Here's the airport. 1,000 feet to go. This is one of the longer streams we've done. I think the longest one I've ever done is the night we did 5 different legs in a TBM. That was exhausting. By the time we finished that thing, it was like hour 4 or 5.
When was that? I blew my brakes.
It was
Crap.
last year. You blew your brakes. What?
I blew something. There's something smoke coming off my wheels.
Oh, man. Your repair bills are going to be astronomical. Our horizontal localizer here should start coming in shortly. Here's their runway, so.
Can someone tell me how I've been doing this for years? I'm still so bad at it.
It's a good question to have. Good question. There's 2,800 feet. Go ahead and arm our approach mode. You all ever play career mode? No, I've actually not done anything with career mode.
I tried career mode and I got bored when it tried to reteach me how to fly a plane. Although apparently I could use it.
There's the glide slope. Why is this not picking up? Must be too far out. Oh, there it goes. Just captured localizer. Beautiful. Let's make sure it captures the glide slope here. Glide slope. Beautiful. Look at that. Should do a slight right turn to get on the localizer. Here she goes. Alright. I think we're gonna make it, boys.
I'm down.
Pup, 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 pup. There's not really a good place to land around here either. Bunch of trees. Land on that road. That's where I'll have to land.
Oh, Ron's landed.
Nice one too, you missed it.
Somebody give me a screenshot of me landing.
See.
Alright, we're just
Check gear.
my landing gear's not down. I slow down so I can drop it. What'd you say the speed was on that? 150?
150, yes. This 150.
Check gear.
Drop that gear, slow down a little bit more. Go around. We're not doing one.
Gonna be kind of hard. I can't see you.
Landing
Oh,
lights.
wait a minute. There you go. You just appeared. that plane is a runaway. Can't get back in the cockpit. There you go. Brakes. Showcase. Close it. Alt F9.
Wait a little longer to get these flaps down. We're green on gear, cruise down, lane lights are good. Alright, our alternate is the roadway to our right, and our primary is the runway right ahead of us. Flaps one.
How far out are you?
3.5 miles.
Okay.
And flaps two. Powered off.
Did you? Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say, did you just treat that landing DA-42 like an airliner? That's hilarious. I usually almost always pattern work my way in, hand, but the autopilot off was funny because it reminded me of an airliner.
It was a ILS approach, so.
Oh, yeah. Micah, funnily enough, the DA-42 does not need a GUMPS check just because it's all FADEC. Really, you only have to worry about the undercarriage gear. That's about it.
Welcome to Mudhole. Yeah, I got the undercarriage switches. Flaps up. Let's go kiss the ground.
Seriously, that was a long flight. I'm sorry for torturing you guys like that.
How much fuel? We'll check it here in a second. Fortunately, I can't see these guys do a group photo.
We can all try loading back in our DA-42s and see if it fixes itself magically.
Go park by the fuel station's what I need to do. This spot was like made for me. Look at that. We made it. Great. All right, as far as fuel remaining, we have 6 gallons total.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of got it too much closer than that.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're supposed to leave the fuel on in this thing on the ground. That's interesting.
Well,
Otherwise
that's
it
where the
pumps
next
dry up.
airport is.
Yeah, it spawns in with the fuel on. I just leave it on generally.
Well, the manual says to leave it on, which is interesting to me.
I mean, it makes sense. Honestly, this plane's so automated.
Yeah, another 2 hours, easy, right? I just got to start at 20,000 feet first, and then I can burn 3 gallons per hour. Be right back. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone being here. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the comments, especially. It makes these long flights much more enjoyable. We will be back again on Sunday. We'll be doing probably a Phoenix A320 flight, possibly on VATSIM. We may even be on tomorrow night for a Friday night ops. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on how my day goes. Those are a bit chaotic, so we'll be in another Discord most likely, hanging out with some friends of mine. But yeah, thanks for that. Next week we'll get to Anchorage, so we should start having some beautiful flying with a lot of airports to play with, and no more of this 180 miles between airports business, hopefully. So luckily we did get to do a few touch and goes, which almost got us in trouble with fuel. But yeah, catch you guys on Sunday, maybe tomorrow, and definitely next Thursday for our usual world tour flight. So it'll be like 6 next week. We'll be heading up to Anchorage. I'll have to figure out the flight plan exactly, but we'll probably have some touch and goes along the way if there's available airports. I'll be back doing GPS, follow the magenta line, kind of flying. Nice to meet you too, Micah. I appreciate you being here again. Thanks for the pictures of the airplane. If you ever find yourself in my area with that thing, be sure to let me know. I'll hop in there with you. All right, guys. Until next time, happy flying.